Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Libra, October 3, 2022. While this is not an ideal day for important decision-making, it's a good time for enjoying friendships, sharing, projects, and learning. There can be great ideas and enthusiasm today and tomorrow, but you may want to watch for overshooting with Venus in opposition to Jupiter. You have a higher interest in connecting and personal interests these days, and recent excesses on these fronts can be pretty apparent now. Too much is too much, even when you're enjoying yourself. If you're absorbing so much that you're stressed out, this completely defeats the purpose of pleasurable pursuits. Urges for out-of-the-ordinary experiences can lead you to focus on material or empty pleasures rather than what you truly need, so aim to be self-aware, and you can push yourself beyond an obstacle. As the planet of romance and beauty, Venus, soars through your solar 9th house, you are craving a passionate adventure. This is an especially vibrant and festive place for Venus to prance within, one where she practically transforms into an exotic dancer. Now and in the weeks to come, you may have luck in love if you take a different approach to spice things up with your long-term partner. Even just checking out somewhere that opens up your mind, such as a museum or agricultural center, could fan the flames of your heart. Go after new connections. As the sign who presides over humanity, you are no stranger to making friends or finding a community wherever you go. This ability of yours is heightened as the moon enters expansive Sagittarius today. Over the next few days, you may find yourself actively seeking out like-minded professionals who share similar aspirations. On or offline, your ability to expand upon your network is possible during this optimistic lunation. The catch is knowing when to focus on certain connections so that you can work on manifesting abundance with the friendships you have. In his last full day in retrograde motion in your financial sector, Mercury has come to a standstill, but it was Venus' departure 2 days ago that allows you to more fully focus on the past and the rear-view mirror. Mercury only retrograded back into your financial sector 7 days ago, and he will be gone again in 10 days, making this a short opportunity to return to the drawing board. You will benefit from eating fish instead of meat as often as possible. Fish oil has tremendously beneficial effects on the nails and hair and doesn't tax the digestive system as red meat does. Enjoy the lighter things in life: fresh vegetables, bean curd, soy products, and herbal tea. Even if you make substitutes only once a week, you will benefit in the long run from your effort. Have you ever followed a recipe for fish or tofu? Try it. You are going to meet someone interesting. Starting next week, you will get some news about this new relationship, and this will soothe your heart. Until then, you will be going through a gray period, most notably in your professional life, and there will be some friction in your life today. You aren't very flexible and are not very understanding, so tensions will be multiplying. The vibrations are speaking of this period as one in which you will be a little bit tormented, but this won't last long. In your sentimental life, be patient and everything will fall into place. Having Saturn in Aquarius for the last 2 years hasn't been easy, with the hard taskmaster of the cosmos forcing you to face challenges head-on while blocking off shortcuts. Yet now in his final 6 months, and with growing support from Mars but also from the Sun and Venus, this is not just helping to restore your confidence but to appreciate that over the last 2 years you have grown in strength and endurance, to a point where you are already starting to take your power back. From tomorrow, a friendly aspect between Mars in your romantic sector and Saturn in Aquarius will separate, but not before giving Venus mission to bring the spirit of romance and adventure together an empowered start. Saturn and Mars will work as a team for the next 6 months, empowering you personally and when it comes to fighting for what you want from love. Our eyes in the sky. A Mercury retrograde phase can be notorious for causing mixed messages, misunderstandings, and mistakes, but there can be real advantages, and that has been the case for the planet of communications' short double dip back into your relationship sector. With the support of Uranus, in retrograde motion in your communications sector, and Pluto, who moves into his final 7 days in retrograde motion in your friendship sector today. This has been a valuable chance to give your relationships, the past and unsaid words, a voice. As Mercury turns direct, the focus shifts to moving forward. It was just over a week ago that Mercury retrograded back into your relationship sector with a chance to give your relationships, the past and unsaid words, a voice. Mercury's direct turn today shifts the focus back onto the future, with another 9 days to work with the planet of communication before he leaves again. Today adds perfect symbolism to the beginning of the month. A vibrant waxing moon in Sagittarius is an absolutely fantastic way to open up an energetic portal to illuminate the greater aspects of one's life. This is a lesson in leadership for many, and it can be a release of the old ways in the collective struggle. Sagittarius energy asks you to open your mind to new possibilities and walk away from outdated approaches in every realm of life. Everyone is really going to feel this lunar wave, and it might mean that your inner rebel will take priority over other people's expectations. This is also a vibration that could trigger you to step out of the normal way of doing things. Some people might show their inner rage in some way. This moon triggers our solar plexus chakra, asking us to purify and cleanse our anger. The wounds are still here, and some of them are meant to be here for life. In fact, the lesson is to take the path that others are too afraid to walk down, knowing that you might be doing this alone. This is the cost of breaking societal norms. It can be a lonely process, but at the end of the day you'll be grateful for these cosmically aligned shifts. In the morning, the Sagittarius moon sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, offering an emotionally steady start to the day. Under this influence, we are introspective, pondering life's meaning. We wish to make our mark on the world, and with this idealistic aspiration tempered by a pragmatic strategy, we have a good chance of doing so. Hard work is taken up in the spirit of adventure. Old problems can be tackled with a novel approach. It's a good time to speak to elders and take a cue from their playbooks. Discover the causes that drove those who came before you to make a difference. What was their inspiration? Following this, the moon opposes Mars in Gemini, provoking irritation. We've established our morning plan with the intent to make headway, but distractions push us off course. People may require our assistance. Although we want to help, we also feel put out. Why can't they figure this out themselves? Instead of succumbing to frustration, consider temporarily delaying personal plans to aid others. We won't get much accomplished during this commotion anyhow. It's best to address this issue and return to our own interests when things have calmed down.